So challenge limiting beliefs. Now, by the time the average child has reached the age of 18, they've had 500,000 negative impressions on what we call our disc. My disc, our disc, that's the disc. I use this as a metaphor for this 6 inches between our ears called the brain. Now, how many of you know negative people? Here's what I want you to tell them. Like, how many of you will see them tomorrow? Here's what I want you to tell them. You don't want to hear their negative inputs, because 80% of the people don't care, and the other 20 glad it's happening to you. Right? You have to guard your disc. And here's a very important point. Never underestimate the power of influence. The power of influence. Here's a good question. Who's influencing you, or what is influencing you? Who or what?
He's great. He's got a lot of energy. He definitely speaks from the heart.
Very, very motivating.
He is speaking, from experience, not something that he read from a book.
He's got conviction in his voice. Keeps you interested. His energy is so dynamic.
He's actually really awesome.
But you have to be willing to challenge fear. We've all got fears. I've got them, and it comes from our programming. The older we are, the more experiences we've had from which to base our beliefs. I'll give you an example. How many of you like dogs? Raise your hand, please. How many of you believes that dog is man or woman's best friend? You see, I don't like dogs. I'm not a dog person. Because mostly it's out of fear, right? Right? I mean, there's 4 classes of dogs that I really don't like. Rottweilers, German Shepherds, Doberman Pinschers, and Pit Bulls. The lady says, yeah, but mine's a Chihuahua. Isn't she cute? I said, no, she's got teeth. She's got potential. I don't trust her neither. Now, where did it come from? It came from an experience I had when I was a boy. My mother takes me over a friend of hers' house. Doom, doom, ring the doorbell, storm door swings open, Doberman Pinscher squatting there proudly. I freeze in my tracks. The lady says, oh, don't be ridiculous. Get in here. He won't what? He won't bite. I walked into that dog, almost tore me in half. Bit me in the crotch. I'm proud to say, as evidenced by my 19-year-old daughter and my 16-year-old son, that everything turned out all right. But I got a belief system. You can't trust, especially Dobermans, because they're sneaky. Fast forward now, on my disc, all these years, is fear about dogs. Super Bowl Sunday, I'm over a friend of mine's house named Phil Webb. Philip used to be a firefighter. He retired. He used to be a trainer of dogs in Vietnam. He used to train fighter dogs. He's got a Doberman Pinscher named Chaka. He's taught her to answer the phone. The phone rings, and the dog brings the phone. Every time it rings, and brings it to Philip. So Super Bowl Sunday, watching the game, right? Pittsburgh Steelers, LA Rams, got the chip and the dip hanging out. Got the Super Bowl on 3rd and 15 from the 3. Steelers got the ball. So Philip's over here getting on my nerves. What do you want, man? I'm trying to watch the game. He says, well, look, do you want to go with me, or do you want to stay here? Because I've got some errands to run. Some of the guys are going, I got to go pick them up, bring them back, and I got to get some more food and bring that back. You can stay here, or you can come with me. I said, man, I'm not leaving. This is a Super Bowl. I'll see you when you get back. Pittsburgh scores. Yeah. He leaves. It doesn't dawn on me until that moment that I'm locked alone in this man's house with a Doberman Pinscher. Now, dogs can sense fear, can't they? I see her out of my peripheral vision, but I've been told just don't make eye contact. Well, curiosity almost killed the wood. I almost killed this cat, too. I make the mistake of looking. And when I did, she looked back and she went, now, she didn't sass you. She walked over like she owned the room. She took her head, slammed it in my lap, looked up at me and said, start rubbing. So I started rubbing. And every time I stopped, keep rubbing. I'm scared to death, man. What am I going to do now? Fortunately, a few moments later, she hears a car door shut. Boom! She goes to the front door to see if her master's home. What do? I did what anybody would do used to play linebacker in the Big Ten. I went and hid in the bathroom. I hid in the bathroom and I read U.S. News, World Report, Field and Stream and Motor Trend. One of the newspapers said the Gophers just won the Rose Bowl. I'm looking at the wallpaper pattern now. Every 4 lines of rows, every 4 lines of rows. I mean, this is stupid. I'm a grown man. I'm hiding in the bathroom missing the Super Bowl. Then I thought about something I learned in psychology. Psychology 101. University of Minnesota, it said when 2 forces meet, if rapport is initially established, the force that's the most congruent will influence the other force. I said, well, what does that mean to you? It says, well, that means no matter how indifferent you think people are to your dreams or your ideas or your goals, If your desire to succeed is stronger than their rejection, then you will succeed no matter how long it takes. I got up enough courage to open up that bathroom door. I felt like an idiot. That's not what I found. She just wanted to play. What was the fear first and foremost? Present in my own what? Mind. It wasn't until I could challenge my fear, open that door, change my behavior, that I got a different result. And the same is true with almost anything in life. Here's the problem. Most people don't like going through the process.